Hey guys, so I'm going to be saying the top things I've learned this 2025. Obviously can't say everything, but since it's 2025 I made them 5 things, and I'm going to add a bonus into it just for people that stay true to the end. So stay true to the end, and let's get right into the video. But before then, I want to wish you guys compliment of the season and hope you all had an amazing Christmas. And but don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to your friend. But yeah, let's get right into the video. So the first thing, I made a list of all of them actually, but the first thing I think I've learned so far this 2025 is you don't know everything. And I'm not saying I came into this year thinking I know everything, but to some aspect I thought, okay, I got this all figured out. But it was like later on, like things happened and life happens and everything, I realized you don't really know anything. And I just had to start reading a lot and finding out about things on my own and everything like that. So I think one of the biggest things I've learned is you don't go into things thinking you have everything figured out, you know everything figured out. Always go with an open mind that I don't know it, I'm just going to go like I'm a novice and I'll probably figure things out as I enter it. So I used to go with that mindset, but I know it and all those things. So this year has taught me that you don't know every single thing, going with an open mind. But there could be a loophole though, because I've noticed that, see, knowledge will never end, right? There will always be knowledge, like everyone is seeking knowledge, knowledge is everywhere. YouTube right now, you're getting knowledge from this and all, but the truth is, what you should be asking for right now, also seeking for, is wisdom. And when I mean wisdom and knowledge, there are two different things actually. Knowledge is the resources, right? Wisdom is the skill to be able to use those resources. And that's also where I'm at right now. I feel like there always been knowledge, but I'm looking for the wisdom, the skills to be able to utilize those knowledge I've gained. So, but yeah, that's one of the top things I've learned so far this year. So seek wisdom also, but also you don't know it all. So going with an open mind. Yeah. So the second thing I learned so far is your comfort zone. This one is a very it's a hard pill to swallow. Let's say it's a hard pill. I don't think it is. It's something we hear often, but let me just break it down to you. It was something I had a lot too, but I think it was this year I actually put myself out there. And I used to be kind of one leg in, one leg out. Oh yeah, I'm doing all those things like that. I'm not saying I'm perfect right now. We are still all working towards where we need to. But I came into this year with that one leg in, one leg out. Okay, I want to do YouTube. Okay, I want to do this. And I'm like skeptical. Okay, I'm still kind of caring about what people say. I'm kind of still hiding myself a bit. But it was later on I realized, man, you have to actually get out of your comfort zone, do the things that scare you, do the things that you'll be like, shit, I'm cringing right now, and all those things like that. I remember when I just started my first video and then I cringed so bad because I'm like, go see the way I'm talking. But right now, obviously I'm not perfect, but I'm a bit better than where I was. So one of the things I've seen is you just have to leave your comfort zone. Even coming to a new city for me was different from where I used to be, and starting a new job and everything. So leaving where you're so comfortable with and doing things that you're not so comfortable with, because the truth is that's actually how growth works for me. And it was a thing I had to realize that, see, growth for me would be leaving my comfort zone and going into a new place, getting anxious, kind of scared and all this, but getting your balance. That's actually where growth now happens, because you're not where you are. You've come into a new place and you've adapted a new knowledge of how to adapt to that place, right? And for me, that was where real growth happened. And obviously we are still growing each day for me, but that was one of my biggest things. I'll do myself a misfavor by not adding that into this. So that was the second top thing I have learned so far this year, right? So the third thing I've learned so far this year is time is the only valuable resource in life. Money, I would say money is obviously valuable, but I think time is the resources that can never be gotten back. You could always lose money, gain money. But for me, it was something I learned this year, that your time matters, where you put your time into. Like, I'm not saying you should be a very stingy person, but obviously you have to be stingy with your time to actually actualize your goals. So you have to be very specific of where you put your time into, because the time you have right now, even the time you're watching, I know it's not a waste because you're watching something valuable, but where you put your time into matters a lot. And sometimes, like, you just find yourself in the loophole of scrolling online, all those things like that and everything like that. So for me, it was kind of something I had to, like, it was a hard pill to swallow. I know it may offend some people because it'll be like, why are you so busy and why you not reply my message? But when we realize that you have to value your time also, and also where you put your time to be sure it's valid, right? you're putting your time into something that you know is worth putting your time into. So for example, if I'm putting my time into learning something or like researching on something, is a good time because I didn't waste it, I'm learning. But if you put your time to something that is draining for me, not even adding to you, then I think that's the worst thing I've been. So for me this year, I learned that time is a very valuable thing. If someone tells me, oh, let's go this, and I look at it and I'm like, is this something I want to do? I don't know, you get me? So going into next year is just something I feel like maybe you should be more particular about your time. And you notice that when you start actually being particular about your time, you start being productive because, oh, does this thing serve me, or does this thing, is it worth putting my time into? So yeah. But yeah, that was the third point, the third thing I've learned so far this year. Now the fourth thing I've learned so far this year is you are what you consume. It's also still relating to time, so I put them side, but it's different in the sense that, yeah, you know this saying of garbage in, garbage out, right? It's actually true. Where you put your time into, or what you consume daily makes who you are. So if you're someone that is always listening to rubbish, like bad songs or all those things like that, you keep on, you notice, you start picking on those things, start saying them to your friends, start saying them to this. If you're someone that watches things, all those things, consumes a lot of things, it starts actually being in your life. And it took me a while because we keep on lying to ourselves that we are not what we consume. But the truth is, what you spend majority of your time in daily is what you become. So if you're someone that is always like listening to motivation, listening to all those things and all those things like that, start seeing into your life, because all those things you're hearing is actually entering your ear, like, I need to get this, I need to do this, I need to do that, and all those things like that. It start working for you. But if you're someone that you're just bed cow, all those things like a bed rotting, all those things, and all that. I'm not shading you guys, but I think we have to come to realization of some things, that what you consume makes who you are. Your thoughts make up what you are, right? So what you put into your thoughts, what you feed into your thoughts, will actually actualize in body and spirit. So yeah, it's one of the hardest things. I feel like, I wouldn't say it's one of the hardest, but it's one thing I've realized so far this 2025, that say what you consume makes up what you are. So you have to surround yourself with a lot of good things, motivational things that will help you. For me this year, one of the things I picked up was podcasts. Not just listening to music. I still love music though, but sometimes like I've been listening to more podcasts this year than before. Just learning, just understanding things like concepts, things, and all those stuff like that. And it's been really impactful for my life. And I would say you could also pick on not just podcasts, what you watch too. You could watch movies, obviously, I know, but just consume yourself. I read also. One of the things I picked up this year was reading. I used to read before though, but I took it more seriously. And so finding out that what you consume makes up you is also one of the things I've learned so far this year. Right. So this one, the fifth one I would say is invest in friendship. Right. And it's a very important thing. One of the things I learned this year is investing in friendship, and I'm so grateful for the friends I have. I will always be grateful for them, because there were some down points in my life. Friends really showed up for me, even comforting me, and like if I didn't invest in good friendship, I won't have pillars that will help me. Obviously God upmost, but still you need friends, you need people. You could pick up the phone right now, you're not feeling so good, and just talk to them and they motivate you, or you're having a down point in your life, and just friends that will motivate you. So one of the things I've learned this year is you have to invest in good friendship, right? Not just friends that, oh, let's go clubbing, let's all those. I'm not saying they are bad, but friends you know that are also as important. The way you give them importance is also the way they give you importance. They care about, like, oh, you're not feeling Joseph, you're not good. Yeah, talk, you could be free, you could be vulnerable, right? And if you don't surround yourself with pillars, good friends like that, some down points, you do some actions you didn't want to because you didn't have good people around you, even not just friends, siblings too. So one of the biggest things I learned this year is you have to invest in good friendship. And I will always shout out to all my friends. Like I always know that I have one of the best things I've had over this year. They're good friends, right? So yeah, that's a lot. That's the fifth one, but I'm gonna give one bonus more. And one of the biggest things I've learned is I wouldn't say like the understanding of love in itself is very crazy and very big, but I think one of the biggest things I've learned so far is one of the prerequisites for love I'm not an all-knowing in terms of the love thing, but you have to be selfless. Selflessness was one of the things that I feel like I've learned in my like relationships, past relationship and everything. And you have to be selfless. Like, I don't think you can be fully in love with someone if you're not selfless enough, right? And it was one of the things I had to learn this year, that selflessness is a very important virtue. You have to, and when I mean selfless, I think it was a concept when I mean selfless, it's like you're with someone and what bothers them bothers you, right? You so care about the person because doing something for someone is normal for you. It's like, because I'm selfless, I care so much about you, I'm gonna do that, right? And it was one of the things I learned also this year, that you have to be very selfless if you really care about someone. Also, the person being selfless for you, not just one way, bro. Not one way. But yeah, that was also one of the things I've learned. So that was the 6th bonus I would add. There are a lot of other things, I can't say them, not to take much of your time, but there are a lot of things I've learned this year, and I'm also very, very grateful for the experiences I've had this year. I wouldn't trade them. I'm grateful for you guys too, because we've all been in this journey together, and everyone, and also even being more consistent on my YouTube is something I'm grateful for too, and I've learned so far this year. I'm forever grateful for you guys and all of you watching this. Don't forget to subscribe once again. It really means a lot, as I've said before. I'm grateful for you guys being on this journey with me, and also we being alive till now, it's something to be grateful for. I'll be honest, you guys. I'm really grateful for you all, because man, this year has been a lot still. It's been a lot, but yeah. Anyhow, not take much of your time. I love you. You guys enjoy your holiday season and have fun. We'll see when we see. And Happy New Year once again in the coming New Year too. So just telling in advance in case I haven't dropped yet, but obviously I have to drop. But yeah, it's all love.